Hey everyone, today we're going to do a cheeky expedition run. Um, yeah, let's see what we get. So we've got a Diana, Maokai, or Teemo as our first champion picks. I really like Targon. Uh, Diana's pretty good as well. She's maybe the second or third best Targon champion. I think Leona is like the best Targon champion and just the best expedition card as well. Ancient Evil, I've never really played with Maokai. Um, I don't know. I don't think Maokai is that strong though. It's just really hard to get to this 25 number. Teemo, God, I hate Teemo. Like, I hate playing against Teemo. I hate playing with Teemo, but sometimes you just get there. Alright, so you can take Taric and stay mono Targon, or you can take Nocturne and lead into the Nightfall cards. I'm not even looking at Fizz here. Like, I just don't think Fizz is that good, and these cards like take some serious work. I think it makes a lot of sense to just take Nocturne. Like, it's a naturally good pairing. Stalking Shadows and Warden's Prey are pretty good. All right, so we definitely don't want to take a third faction, especially not on this pick. We want to try to stay sort of as close as we can to this theme. So there's Onlooker, which is a really good Nightfall card. Frenzied Skitterer, which is, like, it's fine. It's a decent card. Or there's Lunari Duskbringer, which I think is pretty good. An Unspeakable Horror, which I also think is pretty good. Something cute you can do with Duskbringer is you can use Dusk Petal Dust to use your spell mana to play a unit. So usually the way this would work is you would play Lunari Duskbringer on like turn 1, hopefully attack with it. Turn 2, you would do nothing or play another 1-drop, and then turn 3, you would play Dusk Petal Dust using a spell mana, and then you would be able to play your Nocturne on turn 3, which is really good. So I think we're going to take this for that reason. It's also just, they're just good cards. Haunted Relic and Soul Shepherd, like, I mean, sure, these two cards are pretty good when you play them together, but otherwise it's just not really worth it. I don't think we really want to lean too hard into that theme. I'm pretty happy to take Gift Giver, Unspeakable Horror here. Just a good Nightfall enabler and another good Nightfall card to make it easier for us to actually flip our units. Okay, so options. So we've got Mountain Goat, which got buffed recently. This card might actually be pretty good now. Scuttlegeist, just a bit too expensive. And, like, I don't know, I feel like Power Creep has sort of hurt this card a little bit. Like, a 5/5 fearsome unit just isn't that strong later in the game anymore when you can have a 2-drop that's, a 3/6 on that turn it comes down. Warden's Prey and Vengeance, like, not bad, but, oh man, I think this is the best 1-drop in the game. I think this is the best 2-drop in the game, and having some Daybreak units to play before you play the Nightfall cards can be really powerful. So the fact that these are cheap Nightfall enablers that are also really effective early game cards makes me want to pick them up. Grandfather Rommel got buffed recently. I did not think this was a good card before. It's probably not a good card now. It might be alright. But Fledgling Stellacorn is just terrible. So, I mean, I'm not going to experiment on a Rommel and, Fledgling Stellacorn unless the other packs are really bad. So I've got a Blighted Caretaker and a Sapling Toss. I mean, I don't know. I've never really played with this card before. The fact you can't, like, you have to set it up the turn before is a little bit awkward. I mean, Caretaker isn't too bad. We do have some, like, cheap and weak bodies that we wouldn't mind throwing away. So I think we're definitely going to take this pack. Okay, so Luminous Dusk. Look, not a big fan of either of these cards, just on power level. So not really thrilled to take that package. Raven, I think, is just a very strong value card. This card as well highlights why something like Scuttlegeist isn't, as good as it used to be. Because, I mean, even if you get Scuttlegeist down to being a 5-cost 5/5, like, this is just a 5-cost unit, triggers all your Daybreak cards, draws you, like, creates a card for you, like, The awkward thing about this would be like this Zenith Blade doesn't really do that much for us because it would be our first Zenith Blade. But I mean, still early. Ruination, just very strong card. A little bit weaker now that Spell Shield is a little bit more prevalent, but even then, still very strong. Glimpse Beyond, strong card. I mean, the way this deck is shaping up, we're being a very sort of aggressive deck. We want to get down early, we want to deal damage, we want to build a big board. So that's making me think the Ruination isn't necessarily a good fit for this deck, even though this is pretty powerful bundle. I think we're going to take the Raven and the Zenith Blade. Keep an eye out for some other Zenith Blades. Who knows, we might also get offered a Leona if we're lucky the next time we can get a champion. Okay, Death's Door, Dead Bloom Wanderer. I mean, we don't really need, to toss cards from our deck. Grasp of the Undying, decent removal spell. Doesn't kill a lot of the cards that you would hope to. Okay, Wraithcaller, Grasp. So I would probably pick this pack over this pack just because I think Wraithcaller is probably a better card for us. But because of our split 9-7, I'm not too thrilled to have this Allegiance card, especially because I think Targon is the best, faction that you could draft in Expedition. I don't really want to end up with a bunch of Shadow Isle cards to make this card work. Lunari Priestess, another Nightfall card, which is what we're looking for to turn in Diana and Nocturne, and another good enabler, so I'm pretty happy to pick this up. Invoke is just a really strong mechanic. Onlooker, I would love to pick up some Onlookers. Guiding Touch, don't really care about here. Don't think that's going to be like a great card for us necessarily. Remitter, fine. Neverglade Collector, fine. Not exactly what we're looking for here. I think we just want to take the Zenith Blade pack. Once we have 2 Zenith Blades, the first one gets a lot better. And obviously Solari Shieldbearer is a very good card as well. We are hoping to get some more Nightfall cards though, because at the moment it's going to be pretty tough to sort of transform our Diana and transform our Nocturne without getting, some good hits off Unspeakable Horror. So that being said, I like picking up this Doom Beast. It's a good card. Hapless Aristocrat is fine. We're not really giving up anything too strong. Giddy Sparkologist. We only have one way to find Celestial cards at the moment, so not too thrilled about that. Shieldbearer, you already know my feelings on that card. Splinter Soul, not good. Sapling Toss, not good. We've just got a great pack here, 2 Nightfall cards. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's not overthink it. Okay, so this one's interesting. So I've got a Crescent Guardian, which we'd be pretty happy to get into our deck. A Bark Beast, which we don't really care all that much about. We don't really have, a lot of good ways to kill our own units to trigger this. There's also a Solari Soldier and Zenith Blade. And then I don't think we'd pick this Retribution pack. These cards are fine, but these other 2 packs are just too good. Honestly, I think I'm going to take the Solari Soldier and Zenith Blade. I'm not sure if that's right, but I'm a big fan. Alright, so this pack just isn't that good. I mean, we don't need more Nightfall enablers, we need more Nightfall payoffs. Sunblessed Vigor, like that's fine. Solari Soldier, pretty decent. But again, I'm not too sure if that's the exact direction we want to go into. Solari Priestess is an amazing card. I would love to take Solari Priestess, but this card is just awful. So having this card in our deck might be worse than having a Solari Priestess in our deck as well. So the way I like to think about a lot of these picks is, so this is a great card. This is probably like an 8 or a 9, and this is a 1 or a 2. So putting both of them into our deck, I mean, the games where you draw the Priestess, you've helped your deck a lot, but the games where you draw the Stellarcorn and never draw the Priestess, you hurt your deck a lot. Whereas something like this, like a Solari Soldier, would normally be something like a 7, and this would be something like a 5. Because we've already got like a lot of 1-drops, the value of this goes down a little bit. But I mean, man, just looking at our curve as well, I would rather have, you know, a lot more cheap cards than adding 2 3s. So let's go ahead and make that pick. So yeah, we're at a similar point again with these packs. So this Sparkologist is just not what we want, but this Sunburst would be really nice to get. At the same time, this Lenari Shadestalker would be great. Great card, great Nightfall card. Nice and cheap. Fading Memories. I'm not a huge fan of this card. I don't think we'd ever pick this Afterlife pack. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick this Shadestalker, just commit to being aggressive and see if some later packs can fix some of our weaknesses. Alright, so we get some good cards. I think I would actually maybe I would make both of these bottom swaps. So now I guess we just need to figure out which one of these makes our deck better. So let's count how many Nightfall units we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6, 7. And then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4 Nightfall spells. The fact that this only costs 4, 5, and 6 is what makes it so strong, as opposed to finding anything. I think this is actually like a buff to the card, being sort of stuck in that range, because it makes it more likely you're going to find something like the Traveler, which you can invoke again and get a body if you just need to grind value, or you can find a Comet, which is a removal spell, or a Meteor Shower as well, which are both really strong, instead of sometimes you end up just finding a 10 drop and a 0 drop in this pile, and you have like a lot less control when it comes to finding what you actually need. I'm also not too sure on Sapling Toss. Maybe it's a good card, maybe this is a mistake. I've never played it, I've never played against it. So I'm going to go ahead and make this swap. Alrighty, so we've got a pretty good hand here, actually. Oh, wow. Maybe we don't even toss anything back. I mean, Nocturne's really good. So we're against a Nautilus and an Aurelion Soul. So they're 2 late game cards. We really want to have a good early game. I think I'm going to get rid of Pale Cascade. And actually Doom Beast, because Doom Beast is going to be hard for us to deploy on curve. Alright, we get rewarded. We find one of our Solari soldiers. So we'll go ahead and play that. Get our 3 damage. And this card is just so good. Like, if you play it on turn 1, like we just did, it attacks past any other 1-drop. Or you can play it if they're going to attack you, and then it's suddenly the best defensive 1-drop. Alright, so that was pretty aggressive of our opponent. So we have 2 options here. We can either play the Shield Bearer now, and then we can open attack for 5 damage, or we can bank our mana here, play Zenith Blade on Solari Soldier, and then play a Diana who'll have Challenger. They'll have 3, so I guess we've got to figure out, will that Diana actually be big enough to attack? I think I'm just going to play the Shield Bearer, and we can maybe try to make that that Nightfall play a bit later on. We could potentially do it with this Fading Memories as well. I'm just going to go ahead and attack. We do intend to play Zenith Blade this turn, possibly. But, yeah, letting them play something like this 4/4 would be a bit disastrous for us. So one thing to note with deep cards is they're so much stronger the first round of a draft. So they only have 22 cards left in their deck right now, just because they haven't actually added extra champions and cards to their deck quite yet. So do we want to bank the mana? I think we do actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've got a plan here. Oh, they have the attack token. Okay, I thought we would have the attack token this turn, but that's still fine. So yeah, at this point, just gonna go ahead, power this card up, get another Zenith Blade. We'll see what they do here. I'm happy to end the round. I'm pretty scared of what they could have going on here. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Gift Giver, get a gem. They're so close to being deep right now, which could be a problem. Alright, so yeah, we're going to just play Nocturne. We're going to shrink this unit down. Okay. So now I think we're actually going to Zenith Blade Nocturne. And now we've actually got a pretty good attack here. Oops. Alright, so we can kill this before it gets deep. This is a big attack as well, so I feel like they're pretty compelled to block here. They might not, because our unit has Trample. Sorry, Overwhelm. I think it might have been smarter for them to put the Zenith Blade on the beast below. Alright, so our plan now is to... we can get pretty close to dealing 6 damage unblockable. Get Shadestalker down, put both of these on it, make a copy of it, play it again next turn. That would be 6 damage from our elusives. So I'm feeling pretty good about our position in this game. So that's alright. I actually think I want to Zenith Blade this now. Yeah, this unit having Overwhelm is really strong. Okay. It's a little bit annoying, but okay. Go ahead and get this down. They should definitely... Okay, that's like not a bad option. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and copy this. So first off, let's see what happens. If we just attack right now, what's going to happen? They can block their 5-2 on our 2-2. The Protector on our Nocturne. So take 1, 2, 4 damage. Deal 5 with Unspeakable Horror. and 6 with the gem. So we do have an opportunity to try to go for lethal here. But I think I'm just going to go sort of over the top of that. Like, even though we give them an opportunity to play a slow speed removal spell or to play more blockers, I just think we're going to have a higher chance to win the game if we deploy our hand before attacking. I mean, yeah, if that's their play, that's pretty good for us. Another Zenith Blade, that's fine. We'll play Diana. So yeah, we'll see what they do here. Alright, I think we should have the win now. Oops, don't want to give them another opportunity. Want to play a gem on this unit. Now we're going to lead with these units. I'm going to play this, and then we're going to play Diana. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to hook this unit. Alright. And at this point, they're in a lot of trouble. Like, I don't know what they can do for 2 mana here, but let's say they had a full mana bar. I mean, they can't gain any life because these attacks are going to happen first. Alright. So now we get to add a champion to our deck. We'll see what other cards they come along with. If we get offered a Leona, that's a third champion that I would be pretty interested in. Otherwise, I'm most likely to just pick another Diana or Nocturne because they have strong synergy. Alright, speak of the devil. So we get offered a Leona. So I guess let's have a look at the cards that come along with the champion. So Nocturne, we've got a Messenger Sigil and a Crescent Guardian. Guardian I like, Sigil not so much. Diana, pretty strong. I don't really like Spacey Sketcher that much. Just the 3 cost or less Celestial cards can sometimes be a bit awkward. Pale Cascade, great. I love this card. One of my favourite Nightfall cards. Good to have a mix of those sorts of combat tricks. Leona. So best champion, I think. And I feel like we already have a lot of Daybreak cards, so let's count those up and figure it out. So we've got 3 Solari Soldiers, 2 Shield Bearers, a Solari Priestess, 4 Zenith Blades, and a Raven. So yeah, we've already got 10 Daybreak cards. 11, 12, 13. Zenith Blade, like 4+ starts looking a bit worse because then you're more likely to just naturally draw multiples. But I'm pretty happy with this. This gives our deck a more balanced top end. I guess we don't go as hard on the synergy, which could be a mistake, but I mean, we already have so much Daybreak and they're some of our better cards already. Alright, I don't think Heimerdinger is a particularly good champion anymore. He used to be quite threatening. I'm just going to keep Gift Giver, I think. Actually, I'm just going to throw that back. We have so many 1-drops, and we have so many 1-drops that are better than that as well. So that's like a little bit greedy. But if we'd found one of our Solari soldiers, it just would have been great. So I'm happy enough doing that. I think we just want to bank here. Yeah, I'm likely just going to play Solari Priestess. We're having a bit of a slower game. And we've got some of our most expensive cards in hand, so, you know, definitely greedy of me to throw back 2 1-drops in the opener and then to, you know, complain about it, but, alright. So, we can Written in the Stars, which will find us a Leona, Falling Comet, or the Traveller. I mean, our deck doesn't have very much removal, and they do have 2 high-impact champions that we need to remove when they come down. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick Falling Comet. Heimer is definitely, like, can run away with the game. Alright, so it's our attack token. So, what's our best play here? Yeah, so I think I just want to activate Nightfall. Which, I mean, that's a painful way to do it. I don't particularly want the Solari Priestess to, you know, be bigger there. Oh, Wolf Rider. That is a cute synergy trick that I did not know about. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and try to kill this unit. Alright, that's fine. Their unit is still going to die. Alright, so hopefully they don't Sejuani here. But if they do, we have Falling Comet at least. I most likely just want to play Raven here. I will make this trade if they attack, if they just open attack right now. If they pass to us, I'm just actually going to pass the turn, because then they're just telegraphing Sejuani so hard. Okay, Heimerdinger. So we could obliterate that, but I'd rather Nocturne it, I think. So the question is, do we Nocturne it now? Because then our Nocturne will be safe. So if we Nocturne it now, we can open attack. I like that. And not give them an opportunity to get rid of our Nocturne. So, yeah, I will go for this trade. I mean, it can go wrong, but... Alright, that was a pretty good draw as well. Almost forgot to pick up the Heimerdinger there. But yeah, that is essentially just going to let us... yeah, kill this Heimerdinger through a Frostbite card. Oh, that is scary. So let's make sure this works and they don't Frostbite us again. There is an argument to be made to hit this instead, but... I don't know, I think this is just going to be scarier long term. Alright, perfect. I was just going to play this and drain them, but this trades off with their 6-1. We're in a little bit of trouble this game. They just have sort of a later game build as far as champions go. So, I mean, if a card like Sejuani comes down or another Heimerdinger, at this point in the game, they're just going to generate a lot of value. Alright, well now that they can't play a Sejuani. I'm pretty happy to play Raven. That card's a little bit frightening. Do I want to play Shieldbearer here? I don't think so. I think I just want to bank some mana. And also, this makes it a little bit harder for them to try to kill me with Frostbite. That attack makes sense. They can only have one Frostbite card, so they can only save one unit. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I think if they just killed our 2/3 elusive and tried to start killing us with that 6-drop, we might have been in trouble. Okay, so Written in the Stars looks really strong here. So we know that's just going to get us Leona. It can't get us anything else. And now we'll go ahead and play Leona. I mean, maybe there's an argument for taking another Falling Comet, trying to get them that way, but I mean, now we just get to attack for 10. So for 11 even. Okay, that's not particularly threatening. That's fine. Completely fine. So they can't really play anything else, because if they do, they give us an opportunity to Daybreak and stun their biggest unit. Yeah, I'm going to give them an opportunity to play another slow spell to stun this Alpha Wild Claw. Keeping track of how many champions they can have as well is pretty powerful. So for instance, all of our champions are now gone, and we know this is their second Heimerdinger. I'm just going to block like this because this attack is suspicious. Alright. Completely fine. Gonna Falling Comet Heimerdinger because it's the most threatening card they have. Oh, that was such a good draw. That was amazing. Okay, so they have ways to deal 2 damage and 3 damage. If they have like a Get Excited. I don't think they have any quick speed ways to deal 6. So we just don't want them to interrupt this Zenith Blade chain. So we get a Zenith Blade. Raven means it's always day, so we get to play another Zenith Blade. Put a buff here. Stun another unit, get another Zenith Blade. Oh no. Oh no. So we literally can't beat that card. So we would need a Vengeance. Alright, so I guess our players will attack for 3. I mean, this isn't going to work. Like, we need them to let us stun them before they attack. And I just don't see that happening, especially because, yeah, they can see the Zenith Blade in our hand. So, yeah, good game. Oh, nice. You get some quest gold happening. Alright, what's our swap opportunity here? Honestly, I think we do want Ruination. I mean, all those same things apply that I said before, but it's just a really powerful card, and I hate Fading Memories, so... Sorry. Take a quick look. I like to re-roll my quest to try to get a 1500 one. Nice. Okay. I like Pale Cascade. It's like a pretty solid card. Shadestalker is like pretty strong as well. It's tough to play on turn 2. But I think it's worth keeping here. Hopefully we'll get some good units to be able to enable it. So I'm going to pass here. Yeah, I think I'm going to play Solari Soldier now. So the reason we waited is now we still get to attack for 3 instead of attacking for 2. And it also would have given us more flexibility. So for instance, if we really wanted to save it to be able to activate the Solari Shadestalker, for instance, we could have. So here we're going to go ahead, we're going to Sunblessed Vigor. Alright, nice. Now we get to play our Shadestalker or a Doombeast. I think I'm just going to play Shadestalker. We get to bank a spell mana, which is good with this Pale Cascade. Also, we're still at 20, so we're only getting, you know, the deal 2 side, which, you know, could be a little bit better. Just going to go ahead. I'm just going to slam it on the Solari Soldier, because that means either we can attack for an extra. So the Zenith Blade itself gives +1/+2, but if this attacks now, it would be dealing 3 damage. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and make this trade. They're trying to kill our unit with the Ember Maiden to finish it off, but I think we're just going to cash in our Pale Cascade for extra damage and to keep our unit alive. That was pretty strong. Alright, Priestess it is. Let's take Meteor Shower. Alright, smart of them. So yeah, I'm just going to Zenith Blade here. Their faction combination doesn't really have any ways to deal damage at fast speed, so... Alright, and that does happen there. Time to play this Gift Giver. Just setting up to see if I can actually kill something with this Nocturne. Okay. Alright, this game is not looking great for us right now. It's not over, but their deck is just going to be more powerful the later we go on with cards like Trundle and Sejuani, which we have a lot of difficulty answering. So, what do we want to do here? I think we'll block. And then, yeah, it kind of sucks that we got a Meteor Shower instead of a Comet, because that means they can sort of heal their unit in response. And then this damage won't actually kill it. Alright, well that worked out at least. Okay. Okay. So I'll pass. So yeah, hit this, shrink all their units. Sejuani, no. So yeah, we're really hoping to avoid a Sedge here. Okay, that's alright though. So we'll go ahead and eat this unit at least. I don't know, maybe we can Stalking Shadows into one of our Invoke cards. Interesting. And I can't imagine this working out particularly well for us. Let's see what we're going to find anyway. Okay, I mean, Raven's not bad. I don't think we can afford to trade off our we should do this and this. This is getting very close to transforming as well, which is going to be a big issue. Okay, they find a champion. And they have a Pale Cascade. Okay. I mean, it makes sense that they did have something here, but, oh. Now that's actually a way for us to win, isn't it? So I'm going to go ahead and play a Raven. We don't have Daybreak, unfortunately. Alright, so I think we just have to go for the win. We don't really have other options. So how close are you to transforming? Not close at all. We can attack with 1, 2, 3. So you're just not going to transform this turn no matter what we do. So it might be safer for us to buff this Raven. Let's play the Shadestalker. Then we play Cygnus. and cross our fingers. I mean, we could even play the Zenith Blade now. Part of the reason to do that is sometimes they commit their mana into things that just don't really matter. So basically now we just give them an opportunity, and now we just have the win. I mean, we very likely had it anyway, but, you know, sometimes you get in this situation and, you know, we might have lost there, so... Whew, alright. I was worried there. It's fun sometimes when you look at your deck and you're like, I just have no outs, and then one of your cards just makes a card that's not in your deck, and suddenly you have a way out. So what options do we have here? So Warden's Prey, it's like fine. I wouldn't hate trading it for a Crescent Guardian. Stalking Shadows is so good, but so's Pale Cascade. Sunburst Vigor, like it's a decent trick, but Morning Light is actually really good. It triggers Leona twice, because it does 2 Daybreaks. So that can be a way to just turbo sort of kill everything. I guess we have a Ruination in our deck last game as well. Guess that was a way to get out of the really bad board for us. Alright, so I think we do want one of these swaps. I'm not sure which is best. So do we want an extra late game spell or an extra sort of late game unit? Look, I'm pretty happy to take Morning Light. I like those big Morning Light plays. We only have one Leona, so we're not going to, like, at this point, pick up a Leona's Morning Light, which can really swing games. Having Raven with Morning Light is really good, as well as the Solari Priestess, because you just generate more cards. Alright, so yeah, they have a very late game focused champion pool again. Alright, I'm going to throw away this Aristocrat. We don't need it when we've got another one. Alright, this is interesting. We'll see what 2-drop we draw, if any. Alright, cool. Alright. I am happy to take 3 damage here. Well, not happy to, but I will. This is partly why I like Targon so much. Like, their champion's, like, super late game, but they just played a crazy good 1-drop. It's going to trade off for my 1-drop. Alright, so options. I mean, I guess we just play the Shield Bearer now. So another option this turn was to play Solari Soldier, save 1 spell mana. Alright, that's fair enough. We still get 3 damage off our unit, but now it's going to trade. So yeah, I could have banked the spell mana there, played Nocturne this turn, but I'm not too stressed about that right now. Yeah, you know what, I will trade off. You're probably going to get that trade off next turn anyway. That's fine. It would have been so much worse for us next turn if we'd tried to Nocturne it down. So here you can go ahead, play the Dusk Petal. Little trick here, I'm going to press OK. So now they have an opportunity to play something. Cool, they fall for that. So now we hit this unit, and now we get to kill this instead of the Solari Soldier. So that works out quite well for us. Basically, yeah, if you play a burst spell, you can pass the action back to them. And if they pass, you get another opportunity to do something. So we don't really lose anything there unless they, you know, play 2 units before we attack, which we wanted to avoid or something sort of that nature. So we know they have an 8-cost card or better in their hand. Interesting. I want to save our Nocturne. This play might be a bit loose, but I feel like we're just going to get one extra attack out of our Nocturne here. Pretty much guaranteed. Because I just don't think there are that many units. Alright, that attack doesn't make sense. They can play with 3 or more power to block our Nocturne. Attack for 7. Alright. Fair enough. I mean, that's a reason to attack with my 2/2s, but with the Morning Light, I don't really want to make our board smaller. So yeah, that turn wasn't perfect, but, you know, I think it could have been worse. We'll see what they play. If they, you know, play a big 5-drop this turn, we might be in a bit of trouble. They didn't. That's great. I think I'm just going to play Diana and Duskrider. Okay, does that change it? No. Nope. They need an extra spell to be able to kill Leona, so go ahead. And then next turn I'll hopefully be able to... Okay, they do have the second Fury of the North. I mean, that sucks, but I don't know if we were supposed to play around it. Alright, I'm just going to get super aggressive this turn. Great. Alright, so things are going pretty well. I was pretty sure that we were going to end the run on 1 win, which would have been a bit disappointing, but alright, we've really hit our stride. So, Leona, we get a Solari Priestess, we get a Morning Light. Second Morning Light, not great. Generally, you only really want to have 1 in your deck, but Solari Priestess is excellent. Leona is excellent, works with a lot of the synergy pieces we have. Nocturne, yeah, pretty good. We've got a lot of Nightfall cards as well. Cygnus, really good after the buff, actually. I've been pretty impressed with this card. Priestess, pretty strong as well. Diana, I mean, I just don't really like Spacey Sketcher all that much. Crescent Guardian's good, but I don't think it's as good as, you know, Lunari Priestess or Solari Priestess. So I think I'm just going to take the Leona pack, lean into that synergy. We have a lot of Daybreak cards. Leona is just a very powerful card to play on curve as well, and increasing that consistency and giving us that sort of late game stun engine with double Raven is just going to win us a lot of games that, you know, Nocturne or Diana won't. Okay. Weird smattering of champions on their end. I'm just going to toss everything, I think. I mean, okay, maybe I'll keep the Gift Giver just in case. But yeah, finding cards like Solari Shield Bearer, I think, are just going to be very important. Another thing as well that I want to keep in mind is that Zed is actually just a really annoying card. But if they play Zed and you play Shield Bearer, like, they just can't attack with Zed that turn, and that's really powerful. All right, so get 4 damage in. I'm not a big fan of Gift Giver. It's just not sort of impactful enough. I mean, you can sort of make it into a 2/2, but it's like, yeah, I'm not really about that. So if they play a Zed here, we'll most likely just play another Solari Shield Bearer. If they play nothing, I'll just pass. Alright. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this a 4/4. Nice. Alright. So yeah, I'm just going to play Leona here, honestly. Leona obviously blocks Zed really well. If we hadn't gotten off to such a like early board lead, it might have been worth trying to set up this Ruination and just save a lot of our units, but a lot of our cards honestly kind of suck. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like, they have 2 late game champions in Anivia and Trendemir. Interestingly, I think Anivia, like, kind of sucks now compared to how she used to be, just because now Obliterate as a mechanic gets rid of, like, a lot of the powerful stuff she was doing when she was, you know, coming back in the late game. And also, she's just such an expensive champion. Like, costing 6, not being that good until you hit 10, and now there are just so many other better late game options. Like, before she used to be pretty good, but now, like, you've got Aurelion Soul, you've got Trundle, like, you've just got these cards which are just stronger late game options. Even something like a Nautilus, if you build around it, can be stronger. Okay, well, that card's annoying. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and buff Leona. And then next round, the plan is going to be Blighted Caretaker, kill our 1/2, use a gem on one of the saplings, and use that sapling to kill the Rime Tusk Shaman. So that's going to be, what, 6, 7 mana? So I think we can get away with playing this. They're at 12, so Golden Sister, dealing some elusive damage, is tempting. What other options do we have here? Meteor Shower, pretty good. Doesn't really deal with their champions. It does deal with Anivia, albeit temporarily. I think I'm just going to take the Golden Sister. So we stun the Shaman, which is annoying because that's the unit we wanted to hook anyway. Man, I remember when this card used to be insane. Now it's not so good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. Kill you. Get some saplings. So let's not mess this up. So let's get a gem on here. Then I guess it's not really worth rumbling with these other units. Because I want this 2/1 to trade for this 2/4 now. Alright, that's annoying, but fine. So we'll see what happens here. I'm not thrilled with our position, but we can easily still win. So they don't really have ways to deal fast damage. They have like Will of Ionia to bounce one of our cards, so if they try to do that, I'd rather have this Solari Priestess in my hand than anything else. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and stun here. Now their attacks are pretty terrible, so I'm not expecting an attack. I don't think we want to play any of these cards. We don't want to play more units because we want to play the Golden Sister. And if we have 5 units in play, or 6 units and play the Golden Sister, the Silver Sister gets destroyed. No, okay. Alright, you can have your card. And yeah, so this is a window where a copy of Morning Light would actually be really good for us. We have 3 ways to get it right now. Okay, Raven's not bad as well. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play Golden Sister. Okay, Enraged Yeti. Alright, just attack for 4. That is a little bit scary. I think we're still okay for now, but we are starting to get to a position where we do need to start drawing some things. Okay, so 2-1. One. Yeah, let's block here. Just this way we don't die to our Trindamir's Battle Rage. Our other alternative would be to Ruination the board here. So we've like blocked here and then block again, but I don't really think we want to do that. And we can still die here, but it's just really hard. Because we go back up to 20 before this does anything to us. Honestly, I don't mind. We needed some more board space this game anyway. Man, Diana is not going to be good. Okay. So now we have a couple of options, because if we start daybreaking next turn, we get to stun their board. Which does kind of sound more appealing. So yeah, let's start with this. I mean, Falling Comet. Falling Comet is great. I mean, we could take Meteor Shower. I mean, Golden Sister could be lethal, but because this is our 5th unit, we wouldn't get a second Silver Sister. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take Fallen Comet. So we have 10. Oh, yeah, I'm a bit scared here, like a harsh winds or something like that. Hmm. Hmm. Just gonna attack with all. We don't. I guess we don't mind if they give us a bit more board space. So this will put them to 1. Oh no, this puts them to 0. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Why does this go 0? Okay. Wow. 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 Alrighty. I'm surprised that they let me get that attack off, actually. Alright. So, oh man, do I play Diana? I guess so. I think they're just going to open attack. I mean, we lose to a Trinimir's Fury, but... Okay. I mean, we couldn't beat that card anyway, because I could just do it in response to our Unspeakable Horror. So, I mean, we tried to block the max. Oh, well, GG. That was a close game. Definitely an interesting one. I really like Stalking Shadows, so I don't think we want that swap. I mean, Shieldbearer is just really strong. Caretaker has not been that impressive to me. I'm willing to make that trade. Just get our Daybreak count up, try to lean into that more. I think part of the weakness with this deck as is that we took a lot of sort of cheap 1-drop units to help push our Nightfall plan. Yeah, let's toss all of them back. I really just want to hit some of the 2-drop Solaris, just because they've got Lucian. That means they probably have 3 copies of Lucian, so that's going to be like quite a consistent play from them. So just trying to find some pieces that line up well against that. Seems strong. Alright, do they have Lucian? Okay, they have a mentor. Trade. Alright, interesting. So they have something. I mean, now I guess we can just play this. Means we get an extra daybreak now. Alright, Senna's a little bit scary. I think we're just going to leave. We're just going to bank 3 mana here. I mean, it would be amazing to be able to Leona stun here. Oh, nice. Leona! So, yeah, Leona is going to upgrade next turn as well. So, we do have a couple of options here. I think I'm just... So, we could attack for 3, which would be decent. But I'm just going to play Raven. Upgrade our Leona. Another morning light. So in this spot, if they don't do anything, I would just pass. But as it stands, I'm going to attack. They could still have riposte. But, okay, and it looks like they do. Annoying. Alright, so what can we do here? You know, either invest resources into Raven to keep it alive, or we can set up for a Ruination. I think I like setting up for a Ruination better. Yeah, if they just passed and not played anything, I definitely would have just skipped that attack. But as it stands, man, we'd just be giving up so much damage. And now, yeah, we have 3 morning lights and no board, so definitely not good. I'm really hoping they play another unit. Okay, honestly, that's good enough for me. Alright, thankfully they didn't have Deny. I tend not to really play around Deny because I just don't think it's like a good card. So I don't think people are going to take it every time they get offered it. But yeah, sometimes people have it. Huh. Alright, well I don't like that. Alright. Guess I will just play some stuff so that I don't get a free strike. Might as well get a Nocturne trigger. A lot of these games haven't been going exactly the way I want them to, but we're still, like, kind of squeezing them out, so... Alright, excellent. That's such a good draw here. This is just going to find us some very powerful cards. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play Priestess. I think Golden Sister is what I'm all about here. Now, I'm assuming they're going to hook this, and then I'm going to use Pale Cascade to save it. They should attack for 2, they do. Leona? Okay, Zenith Blade's not bad. Alrighty. No problem. A little bit annoying, but ultimately fine. No! No! Oh. It's like they can see our hand. That was our ticket out of this, was the morning light. Oh, far out. Okay. It's not good. Alright. So, we don't really have options here. We just kind of have to get in. They're just going to start killing our units with Challenger, so they'll be able to flip the Lucian on their turn anyway if they like. Okay, I'm pretty happy if they're making plays like this, honestly. This gives us an okay shot. So the Lucian is going to level up. Then they will be able to get a rally trigger on their next turn because they have a Challenger unit. Oh, far out. They have 2. Oh. I don't like that. I don't know why they played that now. I guess they just really want to open attack before we play anything. Alrighty. So, go ahead and play this to block the Lucian. Activate Nightfall for our Priestess. It's not particularly scary. Huh. I mean, it's annoying that we can't play it this turn, but I mean, we just can't take it either of the other cards. Oh. Okay. Alright. Maybe we can find a way out of this. I'm not too sure how we're going to do that. I'll try. Alright, come on. Oh, it's not good. This unit just is not good for us. They don't... Yeah, we get the attack token here, right? Yeah, excellent. So the big problem here is when they block with this unit, they're going to get to rally. We can deal 6 trample over the top of this. I mean, if this last card isn't anything good, maybe we can get there. Worst case would be this dies, they play something really strong, and then they get to attack with it. I don't think they have to block with the Lucian here. If they go what? Block. Right, okay. I mean, any instance where Lucian dies, I'm feeling pretty good. Does that mean they have another Lucian in their hand, though? Okay. It does, okay. I block. If you have a way to buff Lucian, I guess there's nothing I could really do. Alright. I'm just blading this guy up. Wow. Alright, we've got a shot. I mean, if they don't draw anything, we have lethal. Oh, alright. Yes! Alright. That one was sweet. Alright. I do not know how we're winning some of these games, but I'm happy with it. Alright, nice. We can finally get rid of one of these 1-drops. I mean, Sunburst is the card out of these that I want the most, but this is also the best 1-drop out of these 3 for our deck, I think. So that's what I tend to evaluate when I make these swap decisions. How good is the card we're replacing? How good is the card we're getting? What's the difference between them? So while Pale Cascade is like a bit worse for us than Sunburst, Gift Giver is a bit worse than Warden's Prey, so it's pretty balanced. I mean, Fused Firebrand is okay. I think this swap I'm probably ruling out because it's just like an average 5-drop. And another Pale Cascade seems good. I mean, Sunburst is just what we're in the market for. We don't really have removal. We're struggling to beat some champions that we're playing against. I'm still hyped that we managed to get that win. Alright, this hand looks great. I'm just going to keep as is. We don't need to dig for anything, so I like keeping the Zenith Blade. We've got our turn 1 play, our turn 2 play. And I think we just want to have a transformed Leona attacking on 4. Okay, well that's just even better. Because now we get to Nightfall this on 3. Alright, so I get to attack for 5 now. Which is just great. These are the kinds of like insane draws that a lot of Leona decks can actually put together pretty consistently. Because you just get offered so many of these soldiers and shield bearers. Okay. So we're actually going to get to stun the Powder Monkey. Is that what it's even called? Yeah, Powder Monkey. We've even got the Raven into turn 6. We can play double Zenith Blade, get 2 stuns off, because Raven will make it permaday. But yeah, if I were the opponent, I would be frustrated here. It's interesting that our opponent chose to chump block our 2/2 to put 1 damage on it. That might mean they've got something like Make It Rain in their hand. Okay, I mean, I'm not too frightened about that. So one thing to keep in mind here is we want to be attacking with this 2/1 last. This 2/2, 3/2, and then 2/1. And the reason being is we don't want this 1/2. Actually, let's put Leona at the back for that reason as well. We don't want this 1/1 to be able to eat this unit, and we don't want this to trade with this and this to be a 3/3. So I think this gives them the most sort of awkward blocks. So they get their upgrade, but yeah, they've just taken so much damage here already. We still have a great board. We have a lot of excellent draws. I mean, yeah, they don't even have good attacks here. No worries. Take it. Raven. Okay. Wow. Alright. This Taskmaster's been pretty good in their deck. I mean, I guess I'll take a Golden Sisters. I'm not unhappy with that. See what they have for 6. Might be a champion coming down this turn. Okay. What did they get rid of there? Did they just get rid of a unit for that? Did I miss something? Okay. So yeah, 4/1's gonna get stunned. I'm thinking maybe just this. They get a free block with the Powder Monkey. So I don't really want to trade off for anything else. And then a lot of our other units just get eaten by this Abyssal Eye. I don't want to set it up so that Leona is going to get killed by this Fleet Feather Tracker. Okay. This is a little bit suspect. I mean, their color combination doesn't really have ways to mass pump their team or win multiple combats in one go. That's really sort of a Freljord or occasionally Demacia thing. So we could just deploy Raven. Or I mean, we could just play Golden Sisters. I'm going to play Golden Sisters, honestly. The reason being, if we can just keep our Daybreak cards, then we actually just get to stun some of their units next turn. So if they hadn't had 7 mana available there, like 7 creature mana, I might have made a different play. It's quite likely their deck has a lot of 1-drops as well. Okay, yep, so I'm just going to play Raven. That's my best option. It's also going to make another Daybreak card, so we might get more options as well. Alright, awesome. I mean, our opponent did a pretty good job of starting to sort of stabilize there, considering how ridiculous our opening was. I'm almost tempted to make this trade. We do like getting on board pretty early, and Solari Soldier is definitely the best one drop we have. I mean, this trade's okay. I wouldn't make this trade. I think I'm just going to do this. I think before we wanted the Ruination, even though it kind of went against our deck's game plan, just because we needed more reset button opportunities. But now we're a sort of lean, mean synergy machine. Alright. Just a couple more to go. Hopefully we can get there. Absolute nonsense. So Fizz is annoying. So let's dig for some cheaper units. I like the Priestess so much. And when we've got, you know, all these copies of Morning Light in our deck as well, we really want to be able to play Priestess. Alright, so yeah, like Solari Soldier just makes, like, Fizz look ridiculous here. I'm just going to play another Soldier. It's going to give us another Daybreak activation. More damage. I don't really want to play this Unspeakable Horror when, you know, their deck is going to be filled with spells. Okay, Make It Rain is fine. I think they're just trying to make their Fizz unblockable here. I mean, I don't really care. I'm definitely the aggressor right now, so I'm just going to play Priestess. Like, you could make an argument that Hapless Aristocrat is what I should be after here. Okay, Written in Stars. Not bad, but I just feel like I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm just going to take Fallen Comet. Like, Diana, Nocturne, or Leona would all be pretty good draws here, but... Okay. Alright, I'm pretty happy to just open attack here. I don't like that. That's scary. Can't really do anything about it now. They could have a 1-mana spell, but I don't think there are that many that are like fast speed, so I'm just going to try to kill Fizz now. That works. Awesome. I mean, that means we won't have access to Falling Comet this turn, so maybe that's a mistake. Oh, because he stole it from me. That is sick. Alright, so we have we have an interesting play here. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to set up lethal next turn. Which does actually mean just not playing anything here. Alright. That's a little bit annoying. Ooh, is that going to get buffed as well? Oh, it is. Interesting. Yeah, I'll take 5 here. So, annoyingly, we drew a 2-mana burst spell, so we could have played a Zenith Blade last round and still had the ability to activate Nightfall on Cygnus. When you draw a card, give it fleeting, create an exact copy. Alright, so now we just get to win. Exact lethal. Cool. Yeah, Cygnus is just actually really good. That is crazy how much that buff helped, actually. 1 extra elusive power for 1 turn is just so good. Alright, so get some trade picks here. Yeah, I'm just happy to get rid of these cards like Hapless Aristocrat. I would love to get rid of these gift givers. If we could trade them in for Solari Soldiers, oh my. That would make me happy. I saw this Priestess before seeing what it was trading for, and I was like, give it to me, but I don't think we should make that swap. I don't want to get rid of Stalking Shadows. Yeah, I'll take a Raven. Seems great. Ask and you shall receive. They are really giving me some shots to get rid of these gift givers. You know what? I think I will do it. They're just not that useful anymore. Definitely don't want another Morning Light. Scuttlegeist sucks. Sunblessed Vigor or Doombeast. Honestly, I'm pretty happy as it is right now. Like, Doombeast is fine. We still want some Nightfall stuff. Even though, like, the last few games, we haven't really, like, we haven't drawn Nocturne, we haven't drawn our Diana, and honestly, they wouldn't have even been that good when, like, if we had drawn them. And that's just because, like, as soon as we picked up that Leona, all subsequent trades or subsequent pickups, we've just, like, changed our deck to try to best abuse Leona. And it's working out pretty well. Hopefully we can get the 7th win. So something annoying happens here where if you hit 2 minutes without finding an opponent, you will just get paired against an AI. So that's only happened to me once before, but it was frustrating. It's because it tries to pair you on record. So I'm a little bit scared because this is an aggro deck that's hit like basically like 6 wins, which I don't think aggro decks are actually that good unless you get a very good version. So the fact that they're here means that they likely do have sort of a very good version. Well, you get to stonewall that. Alright, let's go ahead and play the soldier. I mean, their deck's looking pretty good. But we've had just a ridiculous start, so... Okay, they played Draven. like Priestess a lot. And now I'm going to play Shadestalker. And this will give us a profitable block if they attack with the Battlecaster and the Crackshot Corsair. It'll force them to use an axe. Okay, that's fine. And here I'm just going to go ahead and play Leona. Get a stun off. The reason I'm doing this is she just presents like a pretty sizable roadblock. Like she blocks effectively. And it also means this Draven won't be able to block this turn. Okay. You know, we'll attack here with the Leona now that she can get eaten by Draven. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I'm a little surprised they didn't get a block there on the Leona, but I guess they're just planning on taking it down. But they're getting low. I mean, if we had some more aggressive cards in our hand. Interesting. That is a terrifying card. Huh. If we play Morning Light here, they can't really attack. Then we're not really doing anything else. Their attack this turn is so scary. I think I just want to do this. Maybe this isn't super good because we only get one stun off the Leona instead of two. Alright. Sunburst, nice. I think I just need to kill this Kato. That's just going to be way too good with this Draven. So we kill this, we stun this, we attack for 6. Alright. Fair cool. We'll see what they do with the rest of their 5 mana. I mean, Solari Priestess is great, but it's looking way too slow right now. Look, I am going to end the round. Right now, it does seem pretty hard for them to kill Leona with quick attacks without sinking a bunch of resources into it and having the rest of their board trade, like, unfavorably. And if they try to develop, we get a stun off. Okay. Sure. Okay. I'm just going to go for the obvious blocks. It's hard for them to win multiple fights in combat. We're hoping to have opportunities to use our priestesses effectively here. Alright. I'm a little surprised they're not using any Draven axes here. think I would have at least discarded one Draven Axe to another axe to work on flipping the Draven. Ooh. Interesting. I think we just want the Traveler, actually. It's funny, our card is just all of this, you know, expensive junk that we can't really deploy, but do we want the Golden Sisters? Living Legends just does not seem like what we want at all. I'm going to take Golden Sisters. Oof. All right, I think we did pass. I mean, we missed 4 damage, but I think the more of our hand we can deploy, the better we are here. So, I mean, they can start pitching cards to use the axes, but I'm not that concerned about them doing that. I mean, they could discard the card that's like, give all of your units +1/+0, but I mean, that would be pretty good against us. But I mean, if they had that, they wouldn't be thinking this long, surely. Okay, you're most scared of the Traveler. That makes me feel like they've got another Whirling Death here, and they're going to kill our lifelinker before we gain life. Sure. Alright. So now I'm going to play Raven. We make a Zenith Blade. Not the exact card we're hoping for there, but, you know, not the worst. Pilfered Goods. That's annoying, because our deck is good. I just really... Oh, man, this Draven has been doing work, hasn't it? Okay, what do you have here? A Zenith Blade. God damn it. Normally it doesn't matter when they take cards from the bottom of your deck, but this is one of the rare cards where, like, we would have been able to get it. Okay. I think we take the Meteor Shower. Now, I mean, if we really have to, we can Shower plus, Ooh. Yeah, Shower plus Unspeakable Horror. Okay, this is interesting. So I think we want to Morning Light this turn. So what happens if we play Solari Priestess, Diana, Morning Light? I like the sounds of that. And I guess we'll take another Meteor Shower. And I'm a little bit worried here, but at the same time, probably should have checked if those were the actual Draven spells or what was going on. Alright, so this is super far off being deep. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play Morning Light. We're going to make 4 cards, so our hand is actually going to be full. Okay, I guess I'll take a Written in the Stars now. Maybe I should take the Traveller. Falling Comet for sure. Golden Sisters, easy. Oh no. Oh. That is bad for us. We made another Zenith Blade. Okay. Oh, fuck. I was hoping we would actually be out of Zenith Blades after they grabbed one. Alright. Well. What you got? I should have ordered this a little bit differently as well. Okay. To force a chump block from there, 3/3. But we get it anyway, so... They can't play both Spinning Axes here. That's a good choice from them, honestly. I am quite concerned here. Fuck. Right, we're fine. We're good. We're good. Alright. This is tricky. We're almost there, though. Our Zenith Blade deck doing work. Oh yeah, I'll end the round. You better believe I'll end the round. That's definitely a desperation play. As somebody who has been desperate in the past, I have made that play. So even if they draw... Like, is it Sunburst? Is that what it's called? They can kill, like, one of our units. But then they need removal for the other as well. Almost. Almost. And yeah, I'm just going for it. I mean, they could have ways to, like, finish this off or get rid of this unit, but I think we got there. Alright. well, pretty happy with that. Getting 7 wins after I definitely felt like we were very close to losing after 1 win there. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for checking out that sweet Daybreak deck. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in Leona. I think she can definitely do some busted things. That ended up being quite a strong Leona deck, even though she was our 3rd champion pickup, and we didn't really build around her at the start of the round. So yeah, thanks for joining.